fix a puncture quickly, it's just a case of removing the old inner tube, making sure that whatever's caused the puncture is not there anymore, putting a new inner tube in. But it's not very sustainable to be constantly buying new inner tubes, so I'm going to show you how to patch it as well. So first of all, I'll take the wheel off really quick. So once you've got the wheel off, you need to take the tyre off. You need to get the air out of the tyre, get rid of the dust cap if you've got one. And this is one of the car type valves, the Schrader valves. It's got a little peg in the middle. Depress the peg, the air will come out. You can use your tyre lever to depress the peg. Now to make it easy to get the tyre off, you need all the air out. So whilst you're pressing the peg in, you need to lean on the tyre. Squeeze as much air out of it as you can. Good, that's totally empty now. Now I've got two tyre levers. Some are stronger than others. They're all okay. Getting the tyre off is pretty easy. Pull it round. Clip it onto the spoke. Get the next one in nearby. And the tyre will start popping off. Do the next one. Next one, and once you get a quarter of the way around, it'll be loose enough just to whiz your tyre lever around, and it's half off. Let's get it completely off. You need to find the inner tube, pull it out. Now remember which way round you are. Once we find what's caused the hole, we'll be able to find the hole if we keep everything the right way round. I'm going to take the tube out, keep it that way round. I'm going to feel for what's caused the puncture. I'm going to go around. You can see where the valve went through into the wheel there. I'm going to start there and go round, round, and round. And usually you come across the thorn or the piece of glass. Might scratch your thumb. You need to get that out, because putting the fresh inner tube in is just going to make another hole unless you've removed that. Wiggle it out, get some tweezers, pliers. Once that's out, you've checked the whole tyre and it's all nice and clean and nothing else there. Now we need to fix the hole in the inner tube. Now the thorn we found was opposite the hole. Now we need to find the hole in the inner tube. Valve hole is there. The hole in the inner tube is going to be somewhere around here. We need to put some air in it. Quickly, let's find where that air is coming out. If you lick your lips, you should be able to feel the air coming out the hole. Even a tiny hole. Listen for it, feel it. And I can feel a little gust of wind there. I can feel it on my lips. It's a little tiny hole. And if you look, you should see the tiny hole as well. You need to fix that. Go with Smarter branded puncture kit, but they're all very similar. You need to scuff up the area around the hole. If it's smooth and shiny, the new patch won't stick. And it also helps you keep track of where that hole was. Once the tyre's gone down, you might lose the hole. So the hole is in the middle of that rough patch. So now that area is clean but rough. Now you apply the glue. Now we choose the patch. Get different size patches. This is a little hole, so I'm going to use a little patch. So my glue needs to be at least that big. Put the glue on. Make sure it covers a space as big as the patch. And now you need to let that dry. To help it dry, if it's not a sunny day, you can blow on it. And you'll see it change from being a shiny surface to being a matte surface. Once the glue is tacky, I wouldn't touch it too much. I prefer just to look at it. Once it's gone a bit dry, so we need to take the paper off the back of the patch. Some patches will have some like tin foil. It's either tin foil or paper. The tin foil ones leave a nice bit of like cling film on the other side. Try and keep the surface underneath as clean as you can. Try not to touch it. Pop it down and hold it. Now the ones that are nice with the tin foil at the bottom and the cling film at the top, the cling film one will protect that sticky area from sticking to the inside of the tyre. This one, I'm going to sprinkle a bit of dust on it. Stop it sticking to the inside of the tyre. Now hold it for a good while. Go and have a cup of tea. Sometimes I lean it on the arm of a bench with something heavy on it. And just keep squeezing it. Now after about 10 minutes, that'll be dry enough to go back into the bike. If you're using a brand new tube, make sure the tube size is the same as the tyre size. There's some quite complicated numbers. 26 is common, 24. There's another one called 700, which is the big road bike size. Little kids' bikes, 20, 16, 12, just check with your bike shop. The widths are less important, but still, try and get one that's about the same width as well. I'm going to put this back in the bike. So we're going to get the wheel this way around, where the valve hole is at the top. We've got the valve here. Pull the tyre back, push the valve into the hole, and carefully tuck the inner tube inside the tyre. Try to not get it tangled and twisted. Helps if the inner tube is as flat as possible when you do this. If there's any little bits of air left, try and squeeze it out. If your inner tube is brand new, you need to put a little bit of air in so that at least it's got a little bit of shape before you're tucking it in. Now when we carry on tucking it in, it's important not to pinch the inner tube against the edge of the wheel. Try and do it all with your fingers. Start with the valve. You might have to push the valve up a little bit to do the first one and go around the clock face, tucking the inner tube in the whole time. Once you get halfway, so your left hand's at 9 o'clock, try not to pinch it, and your right hand's at 6 o'clock, you can swivel it round. And this is the bit that's going to get tricky, but keep tucking the tube in, pulling the tyre over. And if you're lucky, you'll be able to do this all with your hands. It's getting quite tight at the top now. To give some more space, I'm going to wiggle, tuck in the bottom end of the tyre. It should just give me a little bit more tyre at the top to push over. Always checking that I'm not pinching the tube. That there is a bad sign. The tube is getting pinched. If you can't do it all with your hands, you can use the tyre lever. Tuck the tube in all the time. Tuck, tuck. It's getting super tight. Go back round and try and push the tyre in near the valve, and it'll give you a little bit more space up around here. Now we're on the last leg. Just going to nip it up, and it's just about to go. Checking all the time that I'm not pinching the tube. See, there's no tube showing. That's good. Tyre's on. Push it on. Now we pump it up a little bit and see whether it's on nicely. So once you've got a little bit of air in there, spin the tyre around and have a look at it. See whether it's got any lumps or bumps. This has got quite a wobble in it. Can I check where that wobble is? It's there. Just pull it with my fingers, get rid of that wobbly bit. That's getting better already. Another one on this side. Wobbles like that will just be a bit annoying when you're riding around. Get rid of them with your hands before you pump it up. That's great. The rest of the wobbles should pop out once you've blown it up. So I'm happy that the inner tube has had at least 10-15 minutes to dry now. I can get the tyre back up to normal pressure. Once it's up to full pressure, give it another check. Make sure there's no wobbles, no imperfections. If there is any wobbles, you can pull them out by manipulating the tyre like that. Should be able to get it so there's no wobbles in the tyre at all. I'm happy to put that back into the bike. I'd say it's always worth taking with you a puncture kit, a pump and a spare tube when you're out on a bike ride. If not, you have to make friends with some strangers. Other cyclists passing will always help if they can.